Hello, this is Lindsay White, and this is my Module 15, 5 New Technologies. My 5 new technologies that I chose are Nearpod, Shobi, iStation Reading, Epic, and Prodigy. The first of these videos is for Nearpod, and the reason why I chose Nearpod is because it is a way to make PowerPoint presentations interactive for your students and a way to give formative assessments. My goal when using Nearpod in my classroom is to keep all students engaged when delivering content and/or to give formative assessments. The audience that is intended for is my students, and the standards that I will be covering during this video are ISTE-E 5B and 6B. When you log on to the Nearpod website, there are a few different choices that you can pick from. There is Nearpod for teachers. You can create a free account. There's Nearpod for schools and districts, and then there's Nearpod for students. Now, the Nearpod for just teachers is the free version of it. When your school or district buys Nearpod, you get some extra bells and whistles, but I'm going to show you just the free version. This is what I used for several years before my district bought it. The only downside at the time, I'm not quite sure what it is now, was that you could only have so much content on your site before you'd have to delete things to make more room. So when you click create a free account, it will take you to a login screen where you can choose what you would like to sign up with, your email, your Google account, or your Office 360. Since I already have an old account, I'm going to log into my free version. And when I log in, there's going to be several different things that you see. You see My Library, Explore, Join, Create, and Reports. We want to create a new Nearpod, which is a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to click Create. And from there, I just have to really drag and drop whatever I want into here. I can pick PDFs, I can pick PowerPoint, or you can click Add a Slide, and then from there you can choose what you're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my PowerPoint, and I'm going to drag and drop it right here. So now it's going to upload. All right, we're almost done uploading. And once it gets done uploading, it is going to show you all the slides that are in the account. So we're going to wait just a few more seconds and it should be done. All right, so it's done. We're going to click OK. And it's going to take you right here. And then they're all going to load pretty quickly. Takes a little bit depending on how many slides you have. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make this PowerPoint more interactive. So I'm going to click Add Slide, and I'm going to say Add Activity. Now I can choose to make it an open-ended question, a poll, a quiz, or draw it. So I want to click Draw It. And what this is going to allow me to do is have students draw a picture using their mouse or iPad that I will be able to see. So for the instructions, I'm going to write, draw something frogs eat. Then I'll click Save. Now it has my draw it down here under the life cycle. I don't want it there, so I'm going to click and drag it to right here. What do frogs eat? Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a finished presentation of this. So I'm going to My Library, and then I will click the frog life cycle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Live Session. Now this live session is what my students will enter so that they can see the PowerPoint presentation. Now the great thing about this is, yes, it is on everybody's iPad or Chromebook or whatever device you're using, but they can only go as fast as you make them go. So they have TYJZF. So I'm going to go to the Nearpod site and I'm going to type in TYJZF. Click Go. And so what the students get is once they enter that, they get kind of stuck here. So they can click their name and say join session, and then they just get to wait until you move them along. So they can't go any farther. They're stuck at frogs, which is the beginning slide. So if I move on to the next slide, theirs also moves on to the next slide. So now here, as you can see, my next slide is what do frogs' back legs help them do? And so the kids can choose what they want to do. We'll say jump. Once I submit it, it says, do you want to confirm? Yes, we want to confirm. It says, great, your answer has been submitted. If they want to change their answer, they can do that. And then here it has Lindsay chose A. And so that's what's on the teacher's screen. Once all your students have answered, then you can move on. And you can keep going through your slides until you're done. So this one says draw something frogs eat. On my slide, I get to draw something that frogs eat. So let's draw a fly. We've got our fly, and we're going to say submit. Yes, we are sure. So then over here on the teacher's side, now it has my little fly right there. Alright, so we're going to keep going. Draw your favorite stage of the life cycle. So again, they can draw. If you say, wow, these kids are taking too long, no one's answered, you can keep going. You don't have to have everyone answer. And then once you come to the end, it has your quizzes and how everything went. So now I'm going to show you some other reports that you can pull up after you get done. So I'm going to show you actually a different presentation, which was my Frog Life Cycle PowerPoint. These were just open-ended questions that I asked my students. So I'm going to show you this. Again, this is from 2014, so it's pretty old, but it shows all 21 students. So it's kind of cool to see this. So we're going to click that. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so right now it says 97% answered, 3 of them skipped. I had 68 with the correct answer, 27 with the wrong answer, and 5 with no answers. Then it gives you all your students here who put their names in, how they did on open-ended, how they did on quizzes, and if they did their drawing. So I can click the student's name on quizzes. No optional instructions were entered. So on the quiz, it says, what do frogs' back legs help them do? 90% got that question correct. So I probably don't really need to reteach. 5 of them didn't answer and 5 had the wrong answer. Then I can click right here. What do frogs' back legs help them do? This is on their multiple choice quiz, and you can see most of them put jump. I had one that said run. So it's really neat to see that. And then on your open-ended questions like this one, what is your name? They just had to respond their name. I had some that could write first and last name, some who couldn't put their whole name, couldn't put spaces. And then on draw it, you can see draw something, exactly what they drew. So that's a bug. This one's another bug, I think. So it's really neat to be able to see this and give formative assessments. I will also put underneath this video a little more explanation about Nearpod. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you.